Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Grip and Rip Sports Cards back here with another video for you guys today. And in this video, we're going to be discussing the top 10 most valuable cards in 2023 Bowman Draft. That is right, guys. It's Bowman Draft release day, and I'm here to tell you my top 10 in most valuable in this set. So before we get into that, thank you so much for joining me on this video. Can we get a minimum of 100 likes on today's video? That's the best way you can help me grow this channel, is by hitting that like button. And speaking of growing the channel, we are doing a giveaway. We're giving away something at 8,000. Don't know what yet. All you got to do to enter is be subscribed, like this video, turn on the post notifications for all the content on the channel, and last but not least, leave a comment in the comment section on what you're most looking forward to in the 2024 MLB season, and I will pick a winner once we hit 8,000 subscribers. So there is that. And last but not least, we have Christmas merch available now. Link in the description below, labeled official merchandise. Christmas is here. The shirts ship relatively quickly, like in 3 or 4 days. The Santa Claus shirt is definitely my favorite. So get yours today, because once January 1st hits, they will be gone until next November, maybe gone forever. Maybe we'll have new designs next year. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so there's that. So let's get into it. So I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time, because this is going to be a somewhat lengthy video, and I know what you're saying. Why aren't you on the computer for this video? Well, unfortunately, I apologize. I wasn't home today by myself, so my office space where I record is a big open area, and everyone would like literally hear me talking, and like no one wants to hear that. So like, unfortunately, I apologize, but we could have the case tomorrow. So tomorrow, fun fact, I don't know what's going on with Top, by the way. I'm going to make this quick. For whatever reason, there are not 3 sets that come out today no more. So High Number comes out tomorrow. So I don't know what's going on. It's a freaking wreck. There's no checklist, so I have legitimately no idea who's even in the checklist. So I don't know if we could do a top 10 most valuable for High Number, because there's no checklist, and I can't just guess, so it's kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So let's get into it. So, of course, Bowman Draft is today, and no, I will not be mentioning the Tom Brady card. I know someone's going to comment it in the comment section. Grip and Rip, Tom Brady's card is going to be pretty valuable. Why didn't you mention that? I understand, but it's an insert. That's the thing. It's an insert. It's not a base card. It's an insert, and has 81 autographs, and I think 5 of them were already pulled, so good luck trying to find one of those. But today we're going to be talking about prospects. And I know a lot of people don't know too much about prospects and things like that. So that's what this video is for. That is what this video is for, to hopefully get you guys familiar with some of these guys. Because a lot of you might not know who some of these guys are, except from the top couple people in the draft. So let's get my computer here. I do have my computer, so we're going to look at the stats and everything on the side here. So I'm going to show you my top 10, the team they play for, and the stats. I do want to say, though, before we get into the top 10, some of these players, 2 in particular, do not have stats. So that's why they are down at number 10 and 9. And before we actually get into it, look at this, man. Look what I bought today on eBay. Look at this. A Kutch black and white card from his PNC Park opening day game when I was there. So cool. Hopefully he's at Pirates Fest in January, and I'm definitely having this signed. This is just too cool. Too cool. Just had to show that off. I got it for like $1.78, so yeah, pretty cool. But either way, let's get into it. So, like I said, I'm going to go through the names. Of course, we'll start at 10, work our way up to 1, and we'll talk about the team they play for and everything about it. So, let's get into it. So, number 10, we're going to Colorado. We're going to Chase Dollander. That is right, guys. Chase Dollander makes the list at number 10. And like I said, he did not actually even step foot on a developmental property for the Rockies yet. So he has no affiliated stats at all. He is a pitcher. I assume they're trying to preserve his arm. I'm assuming. So that's good. You don't want to, throw your new first-round pick into the mix of things, and hopefully, or unfortunately, you'd get injured or something like that. So that's why Chase Dollander has not even pitched a single pitch yet for a single A affiliate or whatever they're going to start him out in. So yeah, Chase Dollander, though. Chase Dollander, definitely a a prospect you want to keep an eye out for. Number 9, same thing here. We're going to Cincinnati. That's why I'm not taking too long on these guys, because there's nothing really to talk about. So, number 9, we're going to Cincinnati. We're going to Rhett Lauder. Rhett Lauder, also a pitcher, again, has not even stepped foot on to a developmental field yet for the Reds. Rightfully so. A lot of these pitchers, except one, which we'll talk about in case you guys probably know who I'm referring to. We'll get into a little bit here later. But a lot of these pitchers on the list have not even stepped foot onto a field yet. Like I said, prospects and particularly new draftees since the draft. In case you guys are unaware, the draft now is in July. It used to be in April. So now they play a whole college season compared to like what they used to do a couple of years ago. So teams really want to, be precautious, which is good. That's a good thing. You don't want your first round pick to go out there and have like a dead arm or something, for example, from throwing too many innings in college and just, stink the place up and get hurt. So you don't want that. You definitely don't want that. So that's why those two guys haven't even played yet. So I'm telling you, A+ on the Rockies and A+ on the Reds for actually protecting their prospects. You don't want that to happen. So that's why those guys are number 10 and 9. It's just hard to assess their performance. It's just hard to assess, what they're all about. But now we get into number 8. And this is where most everyone on this list going forward, except one person, of course, is a hitter. So we have some stats for all these other guys. So number 8, we're going to Kansas City. We're going to Blake Mitchell. That is right, guys. Blake Mitchell makes it at number 8. A lot of these guys, I will keep in mind, have like less than 100 at-bats. So these stats, particularly with like Blake Mitchell, don't look at them as like, oh my God, he's terrible. He literally had, I think, like 88 at-bats. So keep that in mind, all right? So Blake Mitchell, 147 average, 0 homers, 3 RBIs, and a 599 OPS. Again, don't look at that as bad. He only had literally 88 at-bats, which equates to about 3 weeks. You get about 100 100 bats a month. That's the going pace of professional baseball players. 100 at-bats a month. So he probably played like 3 weeks, maybe a little over 3 weeks, but still definitely not a lot of playing time to write him off. So guys, if you're going to say you're a Royals fan and you're writing off Blake Mitchell, don't do it. Don't do it at all. He's literally played for under a month, and that is it. So that's that. He'll be pretty good. I think I've heard some good things about him. So Royals fans have really, really nothing to worry about with Blake Mitchell. So now we're going to number 7. We're going to Tampa Bay. We're going to Brayden Taylor. That is right, guys. Brayden Taylor takes the prize at number 7. Brayden Taylor hit 242 with 5 homers, 15 RBIs, and an 877 OPS. Pretty good start. Pretty good start to his professional career. I think, again, the Rays, they love developing prospects. I'll tell you one thing. The Rays, though they're cheap, they don't like to give big money contracts out. They're a small market team. But I'll tell you one thing that separates the Rays from other small market teams, like, for example, the Pirates and the Royals and the A's and things like that. The Tampa Bay Rays have a good developmental system. They do. No doubt about it. Probably one of the best in baseball. Top 5 without a doubt. They know how to craft prospects and bring the best out of everybody that they develop. So that does not surprise me at all that Brayden Taylor is starting out like he is. 877 OPS, that's great. 15 RBIs, 5 homers, 242 average, that's great. Again, I think he had about 120 at-bats, I believe, when I was writing this stuff down. So again, that's pretty good. That is definitely a very solid start. So keep an eye out for him next year. He won't make the major leagues anytime soon, I don't think. But either way, another prospect to definitely keep your eyes on when it comes to the Tampa Bay Rays, because the Tampa Bay Rays are just really good at developing their players, as I just said. So number 7. Now we're going to number 6. And a lot of you guys may disagree with me on this one. You may be saying to yourself, Grip and Rip, why is this guy so low on the list? Honestly, good question. I just think these other guys have more value, but I could have put him at number 5. I could have put him at number 4. But we're going to Chicago Cubs. We're going to Matt Shaw. That is right, guys. Matt Shaw is at number 6. Listen to these stats. I definitely could have put him higher. I didn't, because a lot of these other guys have higher name value. Just hype, I guess. That's the best way I'm trying to put it. So that's why he's at 6. But I could definitely put him at number 5 or number 4. Don't get it twisted. But listen to these stats. These are very good stats. He had 357 average. 357 average. 8 homers. 28 RBIs. And 1,018 OPS. 1.018. That is very, very good. Again, you could typically tell who's going to be a superstar in the major leagues. And, it's only single A, but single A, if you're going to be legit in the majors, this is the stat line you want to see. Now, again, small sample size. We can't draw conclusions just yet. But that's a very promising start for the Cubs. I hate to say that because I'm a Pirates fan, as you guys can clearly tell by the background. Hate to say that, but they got something cooking here with Matt Shaw. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that very, very much. Typically, good hitters, you could tell what a good hitter is going to be if you see those stats right out the gate in the minor league baseballs, right? So I'll give that an A+ in my eyes. So the Cubs definitely got something going there for them. Again, they can develop. They definitely have a top farm system in baseball again. So there's that. Now we're halfway to number 5. We're at the halfway point. We're going to San Francisco. We're going to Bryce Eldridge. That is right, guys. Bryce Eldridge is at number 5. Bryce Eldridge definitely had a good year. Definitely had a good start to his major league, or I should say professional career. Really, it's what it is. So Bryce Eldridge, 294 average, 6 homers, 18 RBI, and a 905 OPS. Very, very good to say the least. Again, these prospects, when they first get into the developmental system, that is the stat line you want to see. If they could produce like that quickly, that's a good sign. That is definitely a good sign. Like I said, small sample size. I understand it. Most of these guys, fun fact, like the minor league, like single A season, for example, ends the first week of September. They get drafted the middle of July. You can kind of see how much time they have there. They have, at best, if they start the week after they get drafted, at best, they have about 5 weeks at if that to play. So you gotta understand here, a lot of these guys, actually all of these guys on this list except one, which we'll talk about, literally was in single A and another one was in double A, which we'll talk about as well. But all these guys literally probably had about 5 weeks of playing time. So, if you see a good stat line, you see a bad stat line, I wouldn't give it too much thought. I wouldn't. But when you see good numbers for Matt Shaw and Bryce Eldridge, that's pretty good. That is definitely a good sign. You want to see that production right out the rip. That's what you want to see as a owner and a GM or whatever, draftee or someone who scouts out prospects. That's what you want to see. So there is number 5, San Francisco. Should be pretty good. Should be definitely pretty good. Someone to keep an eye out next year if you watch minor league baseball on the MLB At Bat app. So now we're going to number 4. We're going to the Oakland Athletics. We're going to Jacob Wilson, the son of former first overall pick, Pirate legend himself, Jack Wilson. That is right, guys. This is I know a little bit about Jacob Wilson. Like I said, he was the son, or is the son of former first overall pick, Jack Wilson, who the Pirates drafted in the early 2000s. I think 2005 or 4. Could be wrong on that, but I was like 4 years old at that point, so I don't really know much about that era. But either way, he's pretty good. He is definitely pretty good. Of course, his dad, I remember the Pirates interviewed him right before the draft this past July, and they were talking about how his dad pretty much developed him like from the ground up. So that's pretty cool. So let's see here. Let me load up my computer again. So Jacob Wilson, 333 average, very, very good. 1 homer, 13 RBIs, and an 866 OPS. Very solid. Very, very, very solid. Jacob Wilson is, as far as I'm concerned, like his dad, is a contact hitter. Not going to hit much for power. Like his dad itself, they're pretty much that. They have the same build, so they're contact. His dad was a contact hitter. He is most likely going to be a contact hitter as well. 1 homer, so that just pretty much tells you all you really need to know. He's a contact hitter. The A's know that, and the A's, as much as I hate to say it, the A's got a good thing going for them in the farm at least, but Oakland, I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is. I guess I should say Jacob Wilson ain't even going to be an Oakland A. He's not even going to be an Oakland A. He's going to be a Las Vegas Athletic. So, really, I mean, I shouldn't even said Oakland A's because realistically, by the time he gets into the MLB, which is a ways away, I mean, I think he's only 18 years old. I think he's literally drafted out of high school. So chances are he's not going to see the Oakland Coliseum as his home. He'll see the new stadium in Las Vegas as his home, whatever they want to call it, whenever that comes up. So there is number 4. Now to number 3. This is where things get interesting. We're going to the Tigers. We're going to Max Clark. That is right, guys. Max Clark. A lot of people think Max Clark was the best overall prospect in the draft. Now, that could be for debate. That could definitely be for debate. There's some other players on this list and who aren't even on this list, like Dylan Cruz, for example. A lot of people are probably wondering if Dylan Cruz is in this checklist. And to answer your question, if you guys are unaware, the answer to that question is no. Dylan Cruz is not in this checklist. He's in next year's Bowman that comes out in May. So keep that in mind. So Max Clark, again, only had like 100 at-bats, so don't take this with too much. Again, he's only 18 or 19. He drafted right out of high school as well. 224 average, 2 homers, 19 RBIs, and a 759 OPS. Don't look at that and say, oh my God, he's going to be terrible. Just give it time. Definitely going to develop. He's only 18, just got drafted right out of high school. He just graduated high school literally 4 or 5 months ago. So give it time. Give it time. You're going to see results. The Tigers are definitely in a good place. The Tigers are going to be very good. They lost Erod to the Diamondbacks just a week ago. But either way, I do think not the Diamondbacks, but the Tigers are going to be pretty good. Maybe next year. I don't know if they make the playoffs next year, but you're definitely going to see an improvement. They're only like 5 games under 500. I think they had the same record as the Pirates, or maybe a little bit better, just a couple games under 500. So they're definitely getting there. So there's that. Number 2. Now this is where the debate comes into play. We're going to my Pirates, and we're going to Paul Skeens. That is right, guys. Paul Skeens, the number 1 overall pick. My Pirate, keep in mind, is 2. A lot of people are probably going to wonder, Grip and Rip, why didn't you put him at 1? Well, you'll see why here in a minute. No doubt about it, there is a definitive number 1 in this checklist. It's not even close. But Paul Skeens literally only pitched 6 innings. He pitched 6 innings. I will say this, though. He's in Double-A already. He's already in Double-A. So in case you guys are unfamiliar, Dylan Cruz and Paul Skeens, both LSU teammates who won the championship this past year, are both in Double-A. So take that with what you will. But his ERA is 5.40. Had 1 bad inning. I watched all of his innings. What he would do, he played 6 games. Or actually, 6 games, right? He played 6 games throughout low A, high A, and Double A, right? And they only let him pitch 1 inning. So it is what it is. And he had 1 bad inning, and that was it for the rest of the year. I think his last inning was the bad inning, and they shut him down for the rest of the year for whatever reason. I don't know. But either way, 6.2 innings with a 5.40 ERA. I'm not even going to look at that ERA as legit. Like I said, 1 bad inning. He might have had some arm fatigue because it was weird because, fun fact, they're actually promoting the Pirates Double-A Altoona Curve. Were promoting Dylan Cruz and Paul Skeens going head-to-head because they're going to play each other. I think they're the Washington Senators or something like that for their Double-A affiliate over there in Washington. They were supposed to play each other, and all of a sudden they shut down Paul Skeens. We were wondering why. He may have been hurt. I mean, we don't know. Fatigue, I don't know. But either way, I would not put that 5.40 ERA to anything. He's going to be good. People say Paul Skeens is the best pitching prospect since Steven Strasburg. So, yeah, take that with what you will. He's going to be good. And most likely, to give you a little bit of insight from the Pirates' perspective, he is going to be on the Pirates in 2024. It won't be at the start of the year because, of course, he has to probably go to AAA and some starts in Double-A first and things like that. But Paul Skeens is definitely going to be a Pirate in Pittsburgh in 2024. Whether it's June, late May, July, somewhere in that area, we're going to see him in Pittsburgh. So keep an eye out for that. And lastly, but not least, we're going to number 1. And this guy, without a doubt, no doubt about it, is the number 1 overall in this set. We're going to Texas, and we're going to Wyatt Langford. No doubt about it. This dude, you could see Wyatt Langford, as well as Paul Skeens, in the MLB next year. And I'll throw Dylan Cruz in that topic as well, because Dylan Cruz, I think, will make the major leagues as well in 2024. Wyatt Langford is already in AAA. He is batting .360, 10 homers, 30 RBIs, and a 1,157 OPS. No doubt about it, the number 1 overall in this set. No doubt about it. No questions asked. He soared through the ranks, did tremendously well, and you're going to see Wyatt Langford in a Rangers uniform probably as early as May or June of 2024. So yeah, that is it. That is my top 10. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. But of course, in case you guys are unaware what we do here to wrap every video up, we open a pack. We open 1 pack a day, and that's how we go about it. Now, I will say, since I'm recording this video on Monday night, we don't have draft yet. Next video tomorrow, we will have draft, so stay tuned for that. We'll probably open 1 pack of draft. I'm going to save the most of the packs I get for the new year. But we'll open 1 tomorrow as like a celebratory, I guess, pack opening, I guess, of the new release. I do plan on buying 1 stack at least. Maybe, just maybe, a 2nd stack as well. I don't know yet. I have to wait and see the price. I don't know what the price is just yet. So let's see. We have Tyler Stevenson, CJ Cron, Ozzy Albies. We got Josh Young. Pretty cool. We got Luis Robert, who could be traded any day now. Would like the Pirates to actually pick him up via trade. That'd be pretty nice. We got Michael Conforto. We got, we ain't speaking about that guy no more. Nathaniel Lau. Jared Kelenic, who's now a Brave. And Bobby Miller, who has a new pitching partner in Shohei Ohtani. Although Ohtani is probably not going to pitch in 2024 because he had that surgery. But yeah, Dodgers, super team. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So guys, I'm getting out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a lot of time to research these guys and to understand what they're all about, aside from Paul Skeens, because I know all about Paul Skeens, so I knew everything about him. But either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you're brand new, subscribe if you're brand new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.